Woohoo! You guys missed the pre-show.
You got to tune in earlier. I'm just telling you, it gets interesting.
It gets heated in here. It's back to the uncommon ground, and I'm on the other side this time. I don't know what's going on. Hey, it is time for Bollocks this evening, and we are in the
Bozard Ford Studio.
All right, guys. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I got Lenny, my sidekick, right here. Actually, I'm his sidekick. He's sitting in the anchor chair. We got Blake pushing all the buttons over there.
Yeah.
All right, Blake, the producer, director, producer. He's going to be switching up the title soon.
Yeah.
About that.
That
doesn't sound too confident.
We're not.
There's an interesting thing going on where it just says the Facebook website's down.
So are we not live? It looks like we're live.
Watching us.
I'm watching us.
It looks like the app is all right, so I realize I now have to manually type in the title that we have.
Okay, I don't know why you're talking to me like that, director, director.
Right.
No, I'm just...
He's kind of a dictatorial producer,
Should I get my
director.
dictionary out?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't make me look up words that I can't spell.
He's
I'm not
kind of the word that starts with an
I'm
F.
not mad at you. I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself. I'm not mad at you.
All right. Well, it sounded
How
like...
can you be mad at us?
Sounded like he was mad at us.
A little bit. Yeah, no, it's like it's our fault that we put in the wrong title.
Yeah, we put in the wrong title. So.
I know.
All right.
It happens.
But we got to pay some bills, and we're going to start off with...
Bozard Ford. Do you know, by the way, that the Best of St. Augustine came out, I guess, over the weekend?
Uh-huh.
And every category that Bozard was in, they were the #1 choice.
They should be. They should
Absolutely.
be. They're our #1 choice here, too.
Very proud of our
That's
friends
why we
at
lead
Bozard.
off every show talking about Bozard Ford Lincoln and St. Augustine, because their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com.
For over 20 years, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing has been St. Augustine's trusted name in roofing. From cedar shake and tile to flat roofs and designer shingles, they've got you covered literally. Specializing in painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties up to 25 years. And if you have a cedar shake shingle, you can get warranties up to 50 years. A to Z puts customer satisfaction first. Free estimates, top-tier materials, and service you can count on. Visit A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. That is one word, one long thing. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. A to Z Roofing, protecting homes from the top down.
All right. And I have over here Mr. Electric. Need a trusted electrician in St. Augustine? Call Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, a local veteran-owned business providing expert residential and commercial electrical services across St. John's, Flagler, and Putnam counties. From panel upgrades and lighting installs to safety inspections and EV chargers, their licensed pros do it all with upfront pricing and satisfaction guaranteed by the neighborly, done-right promise. Flexible scheduling, no surprises, just dependable hometown service. Call today at 904-289-1217 or visit online. Visit online, and that number again is 904-289-1217. Mr. Electric of St. Augustine, they're local power experts. And don't try and put in the EV chargers yourself. That's very dangerous. We had Chief Avles in today talking about how serious that is. So call a professional for that one.
Yeah, there's been a little rash of house fires in St. Augustine in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So,
all right, these neighborhood diners are more than just a place to eat. They're where hospitality blooms and friends gather. Bring your own or make new friends. The coffee is always hot, the smiles are genuine, and the food tastes like home. Every meal is a chance to make memories, share stories, and create bonds that last a lifetime. It's not just about the food on the plate, but the community that comes together at the table. Come see us at Moultrie Creek Diner or Anastasia Diner and tell them Andy sent you.
All right. And those are not our only great sponsors. We have Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, the Anastasia Construction Group, Solar Stick, Abear Kresge and Associates, the Saint, Powell Heating and Air, Meehan's, A.D. Davis Construction, Land Title of America, Kaiser's, Deli and Market, and the St. Augustine Distillery, along with City Gate Spirits. That is a great list. So happy you guys are all with us. and we appreciate you every single day that Lenny and I can sit here and argue and tell you our silly opinions.
Yes.
So, because our opinions are silly because they really
don't matter, except to us.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and hopefully the people out there enjoy our banter.
Yes.
And they get to take away some of the things you're right on, some of the things I'm right on, and some of the things Blake's right on, except for the title.
Exactly.
Too soon, Blake? I felt like that was too soon. Yeah, too soon. It was,
I'll take that as a yes.
That was his. It was too soon,
Yeah.
Dad face.
Okay. Yeah.
So, all right, we got a lot of topics, and then we got 5 questions at the end of
We do.
the hour here. The topics I have are 536 AD.
Okay. I
All
got
right.
Labubu.
Labubu.
Labubu went bye-bye.
And the liberation of DC. Or the takeover
I'll bring this
of DC.
I'll bring these notes back out.
Because that was on both of our lists. So,
And I was going to be lighthearted today.
no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I got to pull my hat down, and my forehead looked like a 5 head. So,
Just take an 8 iron, you'll be fine.
yeah, it should be fine. Like, I feel like I'm in a sand trap. My hair looks like a sand trap. All right, Blake, we have 536 AD.
Did you just call me Bake?
I might have. I was looking at Lenny, and I was like, conversation we had earlier. I was thinking he might be a little baked.
Just for the record, I am not.
Dang it! I thought this was going to be the best show ever.
No, that's the next time you and I do edibles.
Yeah.
Before the show.
Oh, you've
and we have
seen me.
drivers.
You've seen me on edibles.
I have.
I become comatose.
Yep.
So I become a big vegetable. All right, 536 AD, Labubu,
Bye-bye.
and DC.
The liberation of DC.
The liberation of DC. I didn't want to start with this one, but
got
I
notes.
feel like we had to go with this one.
Well,
Yes.
I got notes.
All
All
right.
right.
You kind of had to because I intentionally put it at number 1 in the title.
You put
Oh,
it
well,
in the
there you
title
go.
number 1,
All
so we
right.
got it. We got to do it. We got to do it. Here's my thoughts, because you never really asked what my thoughts were about the liberation of DC.
Oh, I knew
you
we'd
just
get there.
started calling names.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
I was on Trump's side going into LA for the riots and some of those, and sending in this stuff. This one I think is bullshit. This one I think is too soon to do this. He was president when DC was lost. Okay?
Yeah.
And he didn't take the time to call in the National Guard. He said he asked for security, and he needed that on that day. Okay? In the DC police. So when he was president before, and he caused the problem, he didn't have the National Guard there.
Yeah.
So Lenny, you and I argued for 5-10 minutes before this.
Well, we need to get into shape.
Okay?
We
But
need to stretch.
This one I think is very hypocritical on where he's at with DC at this point.
See, there's a distinction in a couple of things. In Washington, they don't have to ask for the local permission. In Los Angeles, he needed either the mayor or the governor to request it. He ignored that and sent the National Guard in there. Now, what did the National Guard do while they were in Los Angeles? And to the best of my knowledge, not a whole hell of a lot. They were there in force, but they were not out. They weren't patrolling. They
And
were
that's what I
sitting around
wanted them to do. I wanted them to just be there
in case.
Yeah. And be close and be that. Okay, I'm not gonna pillage today.
Right.
I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
No.
I didn't want. I mean, yeah, I wanted them to be arrested for breaking down people's stores and looting
that's the most
and doing that
counterproductive
stuff.
thing.
And they do it in their own freaking neighborhood,
That's the
which
most
makes
stupid
no
thing
sense
ever.
whatsoever.
I agree with you completely.
All right, but I'm not seeing that. Blake, you and I were in D.C. last year, and at no point did I feel nervous, scared, or we have a nasty hum going. Can you guys hear that out there in the land? Can you hear it in your ear, Blake?
Sounds like the air conditioning.
Blake, that was a question for you.
It might are you hearing it through your phone? Are you hearing it like in the studio or what?
It's in here somewhere. You hear it, right?
Yeah, but it sounds like just the air conditioning.
Is that what it is?
It's
Yeah.
the air conditioning
Oh, that's weird.
compressor. Yeah.
Yeah, something's different with it. But you were in D.C. with me, Blake, At any point did you feel nervous?
it might
And
be
we
the
walked
refrigerator.
all over the place. We weren't always in the best neighborhoods, and we took the subway, and we were. There was at no point did I feel like that was a dangerous city.
No, like there definitely was no part. And actually, surprisingly, the neighborhood that we were in, and like for the Nationals game, that's one of the most dangerous neighborhoods out there.
It is over by the Navy Yard, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at no point did I feel, that was supposed to be the bad neighborhood.
Right.
I didn't feel it.
No.
And usually I have pretty good spidey senses on things like that. I got my head on a swivel all the time. I'm that Gen X protector. I'm going to take the bullet before my family does and all that. And I can tell you, I did not feel that in any way, shape, or form when I was in D.C.
Which is good, because it sucks to be on vacation and be uncomfortable and looking over your shoulder because you're not enjoying yourself, which is why it got a little confusing when Attorney General Pam Bondi today was saying, families come to Washington, D.C., and they enjoy our free museums, and they do this and they do that, and they love our town. And then she's going, but it's a hellhole. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't think she said hellhole. So it's one or the other. Now, there's some implication that, like everything else, according to, them in charge, that the numbers are not right. And there may be a little something to that. But Washington crime statistics are dramatically lower in the last year. Violent crime in D.C. is down 26% this year. Murder is down 34%. Crime in Washington is at a 30-year low. So, using individual incidents, which are horrific, especially if you're the individual in that incident, you can point to any single episode, but the overall trend is crime is decreasing.
Yeah.
The problem is it's youth crime, and there seems to be an issue with if you're 14, 15, or 16, you can do it and turn around and walk out of jail tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's problematic.
I'll tell you this, I watched him in the interview today, and he's, I like a lot of the stuff he's doing. I know you do not. I like a lot of the things he's doing, and I like what he's doing. I think the tariffs are shocking a lot of people. I think the stock market's shocking a lot of people. I think the stabilization of the interest rate, I think that's shocking a lot of people in such a short amount of time. But he has to kind of, I don't know who's going to check him, but someone has to check him when he pushes too far.
And we were talking about this earlier.
And that has to happen, and that has to happen from a strong Senate, a strong Congress. And you're saying that you don't feel they're strong enough.
No, I think they both caved.
Here's the problem with the other side is the other side is eating their own and making themselves weaker.
Always have been.
Instead of trying to find a strategy of how to strengthen themselves, they're tearing each other down, and that's creating a bigger gap. That to me is wildly concerning because at the rate we're at right now, the midterm's going to be a blowout. The Republicans are going to smoke them unless in the next year the Democrats
they're rewriting the rules.
Well, that's not it either.
That's a lot of it.
No, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. It
has
has
nothing. As 10 to 12
it has
seats.
nothing to do with what the other team is doing. It has to do with what your team is doing. If your team's not performing, you can't win. And your team right now is not performing. And your team needs to focus on not so much what they're doing and how they're doing it. They need to figure out how to strengthen within themselves and find that champion. Because I can tell you right now, the champion's very clear on the Republican side. I don't know who the next one's going to be. But even the bench on the Republican side is stronger than whoever the top dog on the Democrat side is right now.
Yeah.
And they gotta find that champion.
Well, when Greg Gutfeld, comes over to the administration, they'll have one. But in the interim, the Democrats have a big problem because there is a strong push from the hard left in the Democratic Party. The progressive wing is flexing muscle. They're younger. They're stronger. By that same token, there's a tremendous number of Democratic candidates for Congress that are all military veterans that are ready to go. They are law and order. They're military veterans, and they've got some really great bona fides. And they're sort of much more mainstream than the AOCs or Mandami or David Hogue, or these people that are trying to really bring the entire party to the left. maybe that's not a bad thing in the long run, but it's got to be done incrementally because you can't turn around and, give everything away. And before anybody starts screaming socialism, I got 2 words for you: Medicare and Social Security. So enough with screaming socialism. We are a partially socialistic country to begin with.
You just said three words, Lenny: Medicare and Social Security.
Yeah.
That was about 5.
Thank you.
He meant to say 5 words.
Right.
And
No, 5 questions.
And this is why the Democrats are having problems. They can't add.
I rightfully admit that every chance. No chance.
No,
don't ask me to
but-
spell. Don't ask me to do math.
I can tell you right now, and I get some of the rationale beside it, but I think there's bigger problems he should be focusing on than what he's trying to do in D.C. right now. There are much bigger issues that concern me all over the world, that concern me over D.C. Because when I was in D.C., and like I said, we were in the ritzy area, and we went to the poor area, and I felt safe in both. And I didn't, I didn't see anything that he says. And he used the thing, well, when we invite, these world leaders, you know what? They don't see that neighborhood.
Exactly.
They don't see the neighborhood I was in.
Yeah, since the Trump
They
Hotel.
never do.
Right, since the Trump Hotel closed, Trump hasn't left the White House.
They never do.
He doesn't get out into public.
No.
I mean, at least
They
Obama would go to Ben's Chili Bowl and grab a half smoke.
Yeah. No, I mean, but they, those other world leaders, when they're coming to the White House, they don't see any of that stuff. They're seeing the Willard, and they're seeing the White House, and they're seing maybe the Capitol, and probably stopping at a museum
their
or two.
Embassy,
They always want to see the Air and Space Museum, but however though, you need to have a ticket now because
You got to have a reservation.
We messed
Easy
up
enough to
on
get.
it. We messed up.
You got to have 24 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who didn't know that?
And when Julie and I went there, we're walking around, and the Spirit of St. Louis, Lindbergh's plane,
Yeah.
it was stuck in a corner without lights, back in a corner. It wasn't on display. It was just there.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's like, they're constantly renovating the museum, and it was going under a major reconstruction when we were there. But I love the fact that they just shoved the Spirit of St. Louis in a corner.
Yeah, but the actual thing I really wanted to see from the Aerospace Museum was the Space Shuttle Discovery, and then finding out, oh wait, no, it's in the satellite facility at the Dulles International Airport.
Yeah, so it wasn't even there.
Well, next time you're in New York, hit the Intrepid.
We saw one already.
Yeah.
And I made you a great one when you were 5.
At a Legos?
Do you remember? You remember
The little tree house?
the space? Well, no, the space shuttle I made you.
When was that?
I made you a great space shuttle, and it looked just like a space shuttle you could sit in. And I'll have to find a picture of it.
I remember that now. That's great.
Yeah, so I mean, it was cool, man. That was a cool space shuttle I made you.
On one hand, it's the nation's capital, so to have it clean and shiny and safe is not a problem. On the other hand, to point out then to go after, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Detroit is a little disingenuous because because those are blue states. He's not mentioning anything about St. Louis, Memphis, and New Orleans, which have much higher murder rates and crime rates than either of the cities that he's talking about that are in blue states. So he's leaving the red states alone, and that's just hypocritical bullshit.
And I want to see if he gets to the other ones too, because it sounded like he listed by population in the order of where it was at. So, and those are less those are less populated than the first ones that are out there. But I can tell you, the only thing I did see in D.C. that I think was a blemish on what D.C. is all the tents.
Well, it's interesting because he's now moving them.
Yeah.
I don't know to where. I don't know anybody knows where.
Yeah.
But he said...
Because I don't think that should be legal in public place. I just don't think so.
Well, but you have to have someplace to put them. Where you go? Just keep
jail.
walking? Just keep walking?
Jail.
Okay, so you want to incorporate the unhoused.
Guess those aren't unhoused. Those are protesters that are there. The unhoused is something I deal with in a lot of ways.
I understand.
Those are not the unhoused. Those are not the unhoused. If you think they're standing,
they're not talking about that.
What I saw at D.C. on Washington Square there, near that, those are not the unhoused. Those are college students, young people that are capable of working, not working. Those are not the mentally ill, unhoused that I work with every single day.
But that's not who he's talking about.
Well, that's who's cluttering the...
He's talking about the homeless that are encamped in the parks, the homeless encampments. not the
because
protesting
they
tents.
allowed it to happen with the protesters, and then those are the rest of them that came in there.
I think the unhoused were there before the protesters.
I don't think the tents were set up like that.
They're lucky if they have a tent.
These
are unhoused people.
No, I don't. I disagree with you.
There's a difference in somebody who's a protester who's able to do stuff as opposed to somebody who's got societal issues, mental illnesses.
The unhoused that I've worked with don't want to be front and center like that. That was the
choice.
Okay, Lenny. They do have a choice. That is a big city with a lot of hiding places. The unhoused have a choice.
Yeah.
They have a choice of where they're at, and they want to be hidden. They don't want to be sitting out there where every police officer can come up and talk to them at any time.
And offer them help, possibly?
Yeah, that
should be a part and parcel of that?
That is not in the mindset of the unhoused that I work with. They see the law enforcement as not a friend. They see law enforcement as a threat, and they're going to stay as far away from that threat as they possibly can, and they want to be left alone. That is the mindset when we do our point in time count.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I walk in there as a non-police officer and do that, and because we have to count all our homeless here, and we do it once a year, and we got to go into camps, and it's they don't want anyone there who's not a part of their group. They don't sleep in the middle of the square so people can see them. You see 26 or so in St. Augustine downtown. That's how many homeless live downtown in Invisible. There's over 1,500 homeless that you don't see.
Yeah, they're in the woods.
Yeah. So the ones that are sleeping in that square right there, they want to be seen. They want to collect their money, or however they can collect their money. The ones that are in D.C. that I saw last year, and I think I was there about 5 or 6 years ago, what I saw with my own eyes were not the unhoused. Those were protesters. Those were college students that chose that lifestyle, not because of mental illness, not because of drug addiction, not because of alcoholism.
And I don't think that's who he was talking about. I mean, he may be, but then
I think that's exactly who he was talking about.
Well, then he needs to get a grasp of the language, because he was calling them homeless, not calling them protesters, not calling them agitators, not calling them Antifa. He was calling them homeless. He spent more time talking about his ballroom than about the homeless.
They are selectively homeless. I mean, that's a new phenomenon that's come on since
voluntarily homeless.
Yeah, since 2020.
Okay.
I can tell you, the newer generation don't have an association with an occupation, which I think is very hurtful.
It's a gig economy at its finest.
Yeah, it's which I think is very hurtful. They work enough for the day, and that's all they care. They don't care. When I was growing up, I wanted to get my driver's license. Kids don't care about getting their driver's license anymore. Next thing, big step in my life is, I wanted to graduate college, which not everybody graduated college, but I wanted to own my own house. So those were my two big goals. Kids today don't even want to own a house.
Right. Well, a lot of it's outside their reach.
And they don't stay at a job 5 or 6 years.
Right, to put them in a position to be able to own a house.
Well, and they don't necessarily, and they don't move. They move from place to place very regular. Like they don't have an identity. Like, you're a chef. I consider myself still to this day a Parks and Recreation guy. I spent 23 years in that, so that still was my identity. I still hold on to that identity, even though for the last 14 years I've been doing something different.
Right.
So, but in my mindset, that's my job. Kids today don't have an identity with an occupation, and they don't want one. It's not that
they're not attached to it.
They don't. It's not that they can't. They choose not to have that, and then they whine about every freaking little thing that happens to them because someone hurts their feelings in any conversation. And I mean, basically, we got to get back to suck it up, buttercup, and go to work, or we're going to suck as a country.
Well, also, the issue is the problem is going to be for this generation. What are they going to do when they get to be our age? They're not having retirements. They're not having. They're not putting money away. Unless they won't have a 401k. They may have crypto if they can afford to get crypto. But if you're getting in now, it's a pretty big ask. So because it's over $122,000 for a Bitcoin. I mean, there's the smaller little ones, but now that it can go into a 401k, and I don't know if that's speculative or not. But the people that are in the gig economy, are they going to be able to collect Social Security? And if they are, is it going to be
I don't know how.
$150 a month? That's not going to do anything for them.
I don't know how, because they're not participating in
Right.
the programs that will help them later on in life. And they're going to be the same ones that said government failed them. And it's not government that failed them. They failed themselves.
So they may move out of the protesting tent to be actually unhoused.
Yes. Yes. They're gonna,
and that's self-inflicted.
That is self-inflicted.
Yeah.
So all right. It's a generational difference.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, there's brilliant people in the younger generation.
most
and there's
assuredly.
super hardworking people in the younger generation. But there is a group that is selected to be in that model, thinking everything is owed to them. And you and I were not raised that way.
No.
I mean, we were raised completely different.
No.
But we were both raised with a work ethic.
Yep.
So
and responsibility.
it used to be called a Protestant work ethic, but it wasn't just for Protestants.
No.
So
No. They're a little more hard driven than just generic work ethic people.
Yeah. So all right.
But yeah, it's just tough because don't forget that the world has changed around them, and the gig economy has made it easier for people to be more transitory. And another thought.
The world's smaller. Well,
that's it too. Everybody wants to be an influencer. I mean, this is not necessarily. It's a huge convenience. It causes addictions, but by that same token, it may not be the be all and end all, and it causes people to say, "Well, if I can get on YouTube, or if I can get on OnlyFans, or if I can get on anything, I can make enough money that I don't have to do anything ever again."
Yeah.
So that's kind of spooky too.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
OnlyFans. I know.
No, that's the way I mean, Rebecca and I, we are the third most favorite couple. So, I mean, if we were the third most favorite couple in OnlyFans, we'd be making big bucks.
Big bucks, baby.
All right. Do you have any more to add to the DC
No,
discussion?
except for the fact that this is done because it's a home rule situation. I don't know if he's doing this because he wants Washington to be shiny, or if he's actually doing this as a trial balloon before he tries to, exert federal power into other cities, primarily Democratic cities.
I definitely do think there's like a little bit element of DC being shiny, because what's the big celebration next year? The
250th.
Yeah, the 250th celebration. So like it's like you want to have like the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument look pretty. Like you gotta have like a lot of things look nice, because like there's gonna be a lot of people that want to go to Washington D.C. because of the 250th. And imagine what's gonna happen there, like when July 4th happens.
They're just gonna hose down the streets and hose everybody off.
And he loves a big production.
Oh, he is thrilled with this because
he loves a big production. So I mean, there might be some genuine to it, but I can tell you, I think there was other ways to doing it and working with them instead of dictating to them. So
no, I think he's very happy with the fact, in retrospect, the only solace he can take about losing in 2020 is the fact that he's president now, because he was sort of wispy and misty about the fact that he'd be out of office before all this was happening. And now he's very excited, and I can understand this. He's very excited he's going to be president for the 250th anniversary of America, through the Olympics, and FIFA. And these are things that are,
Wait, hold on.
What?
I'm a soccer fan. What did you just say?
FIFA?
Did you really just say FIFA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a problem with that? I got a New York accent. Leave me alone there, Southern boy.
You heard.
You play soccer, I play soccer.
You interpreted his words wrong. It was FIFA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like fee-fi fo fum, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, anyway. But I think he's genuinely pleased the fact that he's going to be in office through all this. And I take great joy in the fact that this man is enjoying the office of presidency because he's showing up at the Daytona 500. He's showing up at the Super Bowl. He's showing up at baseball games. He's showing up at places that, if I was president, I'd be doing that too. Enjoy it. The rest of the job really, on one hand, sucks.
Yeah.
So go out and have fun. Go exploit the power that you can get.
Yeah.
You don't got to wait online.
He's got the best tickets.
He's got good seats.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think he ever really had bad seats in the last 40 years.
I know.
But he's got good seats.
But just coming back to the 250th, there were commissions and funds set in place, and he has steamrolled over all of that, and they're trying with all their power to force out the 4 nonpartisan people that are running the committees, and they're doing everything within their power to make them miserable so that they quit. And those people are going, leave us alone. Mm-hmm. So, the takeover there is not complete, but he's really working on putting his golden stamp on everything.
Oh, geez, don't talk about gold when you talk about Trump over here.
Hard not to.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you don't even know how hard the teeth marks are in my tongue right now.
Yeah, they are.
All right. We got to get a couple more topics in before we get to 5 questions.
Oh, man.
So I have 536 AD.
Labubu Obobo.
You have Labubu, and I have Florida Doge, but I think Florida Doge can wait. Let's try and hit both of our Labubus and 536 AD today.
Labubu first.
Labubu first.
It's a quickie. It's a sad one. Blake, did I send you something that you can put up that video? $7,000 worth of Labubu dolls were stolen from a store just east and a tad south of Los Angeles. A group of masked thieves stole a Toyota Tacoma pickup truck, rammed it into the front window of the store, ran in, and walked out with $7,000 worth of Labubu dolls. They took the entire inventory. They were wearing coveralls and masks and gloves. They trashed the store. The storekeepers are absolutely devastated. The owners are still in shock. And I think Blake might have some footage of that horrific crime.
I do, Lenny, but there's an ad over it, so I have to wait a little bit.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. So they have no leads right now. The store owners are asking for any help they can get. Do you recognize anybody? One guy, they may be able to find him from his Calvin Klein's because his drawers were drooping. So there you go. They're in and out pretty quick.
Oh, the poor Labubus.
Yep.
They must be so scared.
7,000, right, quaking in their little cardboard boxes.
They must be so scared.
Those things run from $20 to $1,000 a piece, depending on if it's a rare one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, and you know what they did? They left Beanie Babies in their place.
Yeah. Yeah, that was supposed to be the big thing. So Labubu will be right there with the Beanie Babies soon. So, all right.
Tell me what happened.
536 AD.
Okay.
All right. That was when half the world died.
Black Plague?
Bubonic plague came right after this. All right. And it was basically caused because of this. All right. And what happened is the giant volcano that took place in Iceland was so intense, its ash basically covered all of Europe, and it took 18 months to recover.
The sun to come out.
The temperature dropped 5 degrees Fahrenheit, about 2.5 degrees Celsius, all over the world. So we went from approximately 50 million people down to 25 million people.
Yeah, starvation mostly.
Yeah. Guess what? Man didn't have shit to do with that.
Right.
We sit on a big ball of lava that wants to kill us. So
that's why I wear my seatbelt.
If you happen to use an extra water bottle, it's not going to kill the world. And that's
worried about the microplastics going through me.
Yeah, that's a part of it too.
That's a bigger issue.
Part of it too. And I'm, just wanted people to kind of put in perspective of how scary the world, or how close the world was to coming to an end. Because if another volcano would have hit the next year, it probably would have destroyed the entire world.
Well, the same thing happened with Krakatoa. I think it's east of Java, but I keep forgetting.
I cracked my toe on the Appalachian Trail. Ooh,
I
it hurt.
remember that story. Yeah. The ash cloud covers the sun, blocks it out, and everything gets cold and nothing grows.
All the plants die, and the 25 million that died, about 70% of those were because of starvation.
Now, this was in 500, so nobody knew what happened in the rest of the world. Because there were people living in South America, there were people living in Africa, there were people
of the known world.
Right.
But it had to affect them too. We're talking a lot of sulfate and acidic dust
acid rain.
In the air
Yeah, it makes acid rain.
that got all the way. You know where Iceland is?
I do.
Geographically, and it got all the way to Egypt.
Okay. And now we get the Saharan dust cloud come from Sahara all the way over to us.
Yeah.
You ever watch that going across the Atlantic? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when I hear the whole global, climate change is happening. Do we have anything to do with it? We don't have that much control. So don't feel so great about yourself as a human being. We really don't have that much control over it. Try and be a nice guy. Try and do it. Return your freaking carts.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Okay. I judge you immediately. You don't return your cart. I judge you immediately. But it's...
we get good parking karma.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, to me, that was frightening. When I basically typed in, a lot of people are screaming, "This is the worst year ever in American history," and I just typed in worst year of the world. Yeah, I know.
Nobody remembered the Civil War?
Well, I mean, the 1932 was not so great either. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a belt tightening time, but dramatically less people died during the Great Depression than during the Civil War.
Yeah. So, Civil War
and possibly the American Revolution and World War
Revolution. Well, percentage wise, a lot more died during the Civil War than the Revolution, and even World War I, chased by the Spanish flu, immediately following, was not a great time either.
Pierre Malthus is very happy.
But look what time it is right now.
Ooh.
5:36. We're talking about 5:36.
Spooky? Just a little. Just a little.
But I mean, I just want people to realize, enjoy what we got.
Yeah.
We live in a space where you and I can argue and still know we love each other.
Absolutely.
And I know I shocked the hell out of you on my DC thing because you thought I was going to go in a different direction.
No.
So
it's just, I think that the 120 FBI agents can be doing a little bit more, and it's going to be interesting to see what the 800 National Guard troops do in concert with the D.C. Police Department. But I think there's better things that the 120 FBI agents can be doing right about now, because they can be chasing down illegals.
Yeah, bad guys.
Yeah, well, that would be very nice. Wouldn't that be a
just bad
change
guys.
They go after criminals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes. Well,
I mean,
I look
violent
at
criminals.
I look at illegals as being criminals, but I don't look at them all as being the highest level.
Right. There's degree of scale. Either you're Al Capone or you're, the five finger stealing a candy bar in the corner store.
Yeah. So, all right. It is time for 5 questions.
I have.
You have
five
the
of
5
them.
questions.
I do. Blake, you up? Not so much, I guess.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What was that?
All right. You ready for 5 questions, Blake?
He tries to be comic relief.
Can you play? Yeah, he tried. Can you play the 5 questions music?
All right, give me 1 second. Let me try to find it. Let me try to find it. I'm trying to find it right now.
It's protected. Oh, he's got the world blowing up behind him.
I know. Well, that's nuclear winter's
We
the same
won't be able to
concept.
hear the
They're not
5
sending their
questions
best.
music. So let us know when it's done.
One more.
They're not sending their best.
Oh, that's the 5 questions music. Oh my gosh,
I had nothing to do with this.
He's trying to be funny again.
I know.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Leave the comedy to Dad. All right, 5 questions, sir.
All right, first question, gentlemen. Would you like to go to space and/or Mars?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Mars takes too long. I would like to go to space. I don't know if I have enough time
You mean you want
left
to
in
do
my
one
life.
of the up and downies like Katy Perry and Gayle King?
Yeah, because I don't think I would have time to go to Mars and miss, my boys.
Right, and that's a one-way trip, I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Well,
It is at our age.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a feeling it's going to be at anybody's age.
Yeah.
How long is it going to take to
It
get to
is
Mars?
at our age.
Yeah.
Because then you got to turn them around. Though the nuclear reactors on the moon is an interesting concept. So we'll see what happens with that. Blake?
Yeah, definitely more lean more towards like a uppy downy type of trip than a one shot deal.
Okay. All right. This is an easy one for you boys. What's your favorite NFL helmet?
I think the Dolphins' new helmet's not great, and the old one was worse. I I still, I'm going to lean towards. I like this. I like the Raiders. I think the Raiders is. I like the Raiders color
My
scheme.
little pirate on it, silver and black.
I
Baby.
like the Raiders pirate scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would go with the Raiders. I'll let Blake pick his, and then I'll come up with my second and third.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go. I'm definitely not gonna say my team because it's kind of boring. But I'll definitely go.
you can't even afford it on the other side. You only have the logo on one side.
That makes us unique.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you guys run in circles. You only have.
All right. But here's my choice: the Denver Broncos throwback.
The throwback one. And I can tell you this: if you ever look back at some of the old Broncos, they have had their share of bad ones. So and I think I might go with the Seahawks.
Okay.
And I think mine has more to do with color schemes.
Well, that's why I'm kind of partial to the Vikings because you got the Viking horn and they're purple first of all.
Yeah.
So that goes a long way. And then the Rams.
Yeah.
With the ram horn on it.
Yes.
Yeah. There was
Kinda
a story about the guy who created that, and we'll have to bring that in on Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll run it down because the guy who created that helmet. There's a special story attached to him.
Oh, nice. Okay. But yeah, and the Bengals is okay from time to time. But I like the Vikings, purple and the horn, and again the Rams because it's sort of kind of fun.
Okay.
You want to go classic. You got the Colts with the horseshoe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Browns is boring. I'm kind of going through. I don't
Jets
like.
Is nothing. Giants is nothing.
I don't like anything that the Patriots do. Yeah. I can get behind the Buccaneers, the newer ones. The old ones the orange and black ones were kind of a little scary and freaky. Yeah, so I think I'm sticking with the Raiders. What's yours?
The Vikings and the Rams.
Okay, yeah. Vikings and the Rams. Yeah. Okay,
yeah. All right. From a helmet perspective, yeah.
Okay.
But personally say
not the Raiders, huh?
No, but I will bring in a surprise for you on Wednesday.
Okay. But we'll personally say that this is probably the worst design ever made for a helmet.
No, that's not even close to being the worst. Go old school Broncos. Go old school Broncos and look at some of their creepy stuff that they had. They had some of the creepiest looking little horses. It literally looks like I drew them on a Saturday night in 1991 after a lot of liquor.
Did they just draw a dead Bronco on here?
Yeah. So
look at this. This?
Yeah. Look at that. That's horrible. Look at
that. The horse is dead.
Yeah, but that was legitimately.
Stop beating it, would you?
That was legitimately their helmet, though. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Broncos probably, through the history of football, probably have the worst helmet designs. They finally landed on something halfway decent, but man, they've had some bad designs. And the Bills, I think, have kept it fairly simple, but they've had some mess ups too. Your Jets have always been fairly...
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing offensive,
I mean, when they get really shiny emerald green, it's pretty nice color, but it just says Jets on it. When I was a kid, they used to have a jet that would, it's like a golf carty type of thing. It was a jet that would go driving around the stadium.
Yeah.
That was a great thing.
Well, the first year Jaguars, didn't they have the Jaguar... And then the car Jaguar suit them or something.
Yeah, they decided, you know what?
And they had
that looks way too similar.
Instead of fighting it, they just said we'll change our logo.
Right.
Yeah, but I believe that was around the time that Ford owned Jaguar, so it was definitely hit closer to home than if it was still just the UK Jaguar.
Okay. So.
Okay.
All right. So Bobby's sticking close to home. He said the Jaguars.
Yep.
So. All right. Question number 3.
What's your favorite cough drop?
Yeah.
There you go.
Lozenge.
Exactly. All right, you big ballpark people. What's your favorite ballpark food? And is it different for baseball and other sports?
Yes.
I'm a hot dog guy.
Ain't a ball game without a hot dog.
Yeah, I'm a hot dog guy. So
ain't a ball game without a hot dog. Blake?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the big 4 that I have. So baseball, it has to go hot dog. Football, I had to go with pretzel. I think basketball nachos, and then hockey ice cream.
Interesting.
Hockey ice cream. The Dippin' Dots, or what are we talking? There's so many different.
Soft serve.
Soft serve.
See, at baseball also, it's nice because you can get the little batting helmet with your soft serve.
The soft serve, yeah.
Right.
So we did that at the Mets game, I think. Isn't that where we got the little helmets?
Yeah. So
With the ice cream?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, no, I'm a hot dog guy for the most part when I go, and I don't go to a whole lot of football games. When I go to a football game, I go to the Jags game, and I can tell you right now, the food at the Terrace Suites, so good.
Well, when you go fancy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to a football game unless I'm going fancy.
I'm with you.
I mean, I can tell you this: I'd rather sit at home, unless it's a playoff game. I'd rather sit at home and watch all the games
Right.
than go to the game and sit in the stands.
I agree.
And I know it sounds elitist, but I've been spoiled now.
Well, it's hard not to be once you do
And
that.
once you do the terrace seating, and I've been able to do it a handful of times now, I can't go back.
Went to the friends of ours took us to a game at the Truist Park to see the Braves play the Mets, and the Mets crushed them. Not that they're doing anything now at all,
Yeah.
but then that was a one-off too, because they were in a losing streak.
Yeah.
I think it was last year.
I sent you the picture of my Mets.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They broke my streak. I had a streak of green.
I feel
And
you.
then the Mets hit, broke it for me.
Yeah.
But the Delta Club there at Truist Park, man, it's like you're at a New York bar mitzvah. It was station after station of anything you wanted. I mean, they had hot dogs and hamburgers, but they had sushi, they had sliced brisket, they had barbecue, they had pizza, they had pastas, they had desserts, they had dessert stations, they had candy stations.
Yeah.
It's like you walk out of there, you're
That's
18
what
pounds
happens.
heavier.
That's what happens at the at the suites.
Yeah.
And that's what they had at Nationals last year in DC. They had stations of everything that you wanted. I went back like 5 times. I gained like 7 pounds in one game.
Yeah.
I only saw 3 innings.
I was going to say, but you got to watch the ball game. I know. It's
Well, no,
tough.
they had everything on the screen.
Right, that's exactly right. You don't even have to go outside.
Eating and
Yeah.
and I can tell you this, I was eating while in another line for more food. And I was like, oh, showing off my big boy side.
Now,
So,
a lot of times at a ball game, nowadays you can get the roller dogs or the fancy hot dogs. By the way, a Dodger dog is like $37 and way overrated. At
that's
Chavez Ravine,
ridiculous. How much?
it's not. It's got to be every bit of $16, $18.
That's ridiculous.
So I'll check into that because it's Blake. You want to see how much a Dodger dog costs, please? It is not inexpensive.
I can look up.
Cans of beers are $20.
Yeah, no.
But I think a Dodger dog is way overrated. But me, every now and again, I'll go old school.
$7.99.
How much
$7.99
for a Dodger dog?
Yes.
that doesn't sound
That
bad.
seems that seems less than I seem
would-
to remember. But
yeah.
okay, fine.
It's,
it's almost a deal.
It's pricey. It's probably still on the higher side of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, because the Diamondbacks, their hot dogs like $2.99.
yeah.
But I like the old stool. The guy comes with the big freaking steel thing that's got the sterno in it.
Mm-hmm.
You got your buns are steamed on one side, your napkins and mustard are on the other side. In the middle is a big cauldron of just dirty water dog.
Yeah.
Slaps it on a bun, hands you the thing, and you go. That's a ballpark hot dog.
Yeah.
All right, but I do gotta ask though, because I'm a little bit pesky when it comes to hot dogs though, because like it feels like more like outdoor venues have the grill, but like indoor venues have just have like they boil the hot dogs. We would definitely go with the grill more than the boiler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But competition in ballpark feeding now has gotten so extreme that everything is high end at this point in time too.
Yeah,
there's Shake Shacks and-
Shake Shack at the. I was going to say the Shake Shack at the
Citi
Mets
Field?
is
Yeah.
just it's
really good.
really good.
Yes.
And there's a taco place right across from that's not bad either.
Yeah, I gotta give the Mets Stadium is one of the better food places that we've been to. I mean, the Nationals win because we were in that particular.
Well, because you're going fancy.
We're in that luxury, and someone gave us the tickets. We did not spend that money.
Right.
But yeah, I'd have to give outside of what we experienced with the Nationals game, the Mets to me probably have the best food.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and we were definitely. I will say, like, we were definitely disappointed with. Were you disappointed with how the Yankees? Food
I was disappointed. I was disappointed with all of Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
the new Yankee Stadium.
disappointing.
I think they could have done so much better. The amount of money they spent on it, and to me, it didn't blow my socks off.
It definitely felt.
I actually like Mets
Yeah, me
Stadium
too.
better than Yankee
The
Stadium.
only thing I appreciate about Yankee Stadium is I had been there as a kid, and when you left where the field was and you went through the tunnels to get to the hallways to get out, they were narrow, they were small, they were crowded, and I'm not a big person, and I felt like I was going to a Who concert in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Now the corridors are huge. They're
Well, they're kind of open too.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're
it's a
open.
lot- it's a
You're
lot less
walking. You're
claustrophobic.
walking more on the outside than you
Right.
are on the inside.
right.
Yeah.
So,
I
all right,
appreciate that.
We're
Yeah.
at question number 4.
Okay. Talking about Washington D.C. What's your favorite museum or memorial in Washington D.C.?
Air and Space Museum. I'm sorry. It just has to be that.
I can't imagine it being anything else.
I take the National Portrait Gallery myself.
Yeah. No, Air and Space to me was the one.
It's okay.
So I
Hey, they put the freaking Spirit of St. Louis in a corner.
yeah, it wasn't there when
like,
it
didn't
wasn't
they-
there when we were there.
There when we
It
were
was
there.
hanging
Was
in
it
the
hanging?
It was
Was it
hanging.
hanging?
It was hanging in the center.
Okay, good.
It was
Yes,
hanging
it
in the
was-
center when we were
it
there.
was-
Apparently,
was-
they didn't watch Dirty Dancing because nobody puts the Spirit of St. Louis in a corner.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Why was it called Spirit of St. Louis? Was he from there?
I don't think so.
Was Lindbergh? Because I never understood the connection because he left from Mitchell Field, right?
Yeah.
So
I think he left from Roosevelt Field, actually.
Was it Roosevelt?
Yeah.
It was so basically the businessman that provided Charles Lindbergh his plane. He was born in St. Louis, so it was named after the guy that financed his trip.
okay. Where did he leave from? Mitchell Field or Roosevelt Field?
Dang it!
And I don't know that it was called Roosevelt Field at the time, by the way,
Okay.
because they didn't name it. I don't know if they named it after Teddy. They could have.
Yeah, because I thought he left from the same place that they did the Goodwill games, but I could be wrong.
Goodwill Games were over at Mitchell Field.
Yeah,
But
I could be wrong. I
Yeah,
could be
no.
wrong, and I could be associating all of Long Island together.
no.
So,
Yeah, you probably are.
which a lot of people do.
People do that.
Well, a lot of people do.
that. All right.
Yes, all right. Yes, it is. But we'll say though, like another great piece,
Get the answer.
Oh, I thought you had the answer.
really?
yes, it was Mitchell Field.
It was
Okay.
Mitchell Field.
Yes,
Okay.
but we'll say though,
Sometimes shit gets stuck in there.
but definitely great.
I know.
Can you guys let me talk? God.
Yeah, what are you?
Don't mind us.
You just need to hurry it up.
All right. Anyway, so but definitely
That's a
though,
little cruel.
second best museum. I think everyone at some point needs to go see the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, all those great documents at the
Yeah.
National Archives.
National Archives.
National
sure.
Archives.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that would be my second on my list too.
Yes.
I saw that in that movie. It was really pretty great.
And I can tell you, the Holocaust Museum is probably the most emotional
Yeah, and Julie wouldn't let me go.
museum.
She
that I've
wasn't
ever
ready
been
to
in.
handle it, and I can understand that, but I really want to see
I'm
that.
telling you right now, if there's one particular exhibit that crushes you, and if you don't at least feel the lump in your throat, I can't be friends with you. Because I'm telling you right now, I was with the kids, and I was like the Indian in the 1970s commercials. I had tears just running down
Right.
my eyes.
Yeah.
I definitely will say that I definitely felt a little bit tainted that I went to the museum during my high school trip because there obviously was the dumbass kids trying to goof around during the museum. But
Yeah,
but
I'd already boxed you guys out. You guys were already.
yeah.
I made sure you didn't die, and
That's it, right? Yeah. No, I mean, Julie's feeling about the Holocaust Museum is like my feeling about the World Trade Center Museum. For the longest time, I couldn't muster the courage to go to that. Now I think I'm ready, but we're 24 years later.
Yeah. So
they did a nice job.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know, but for a long time it was still too soon.
we actually didn't go into the museum, no, because
We did the
walking tour.
We did the walking tour, which was very emotional because it was family members
Right.
talking about their loss and
Yeah.
their last conversations with some. I mean, that was
That-
that was pretty emotional too.
The reflecting pools are hard enough. Believe me.
yeah.
So,
It's-
it was. All right, this one might be a little bit tougher for Blake, but I'm going with it anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I have a fallback position for you. What's your favorite John Wayne movie? And if that's going to be tough for you, Blake, what's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Do you have a John Wayne movie, though?
No,
You can go Will Ferrell.
Talladega Nights.
Okay.
My favorite John Wayne movie was probably the one with Dean Martin in it, was his three. It was Rooster
Coburn.
Cogburn. I don't know if that was the name
I
of
don't
the
know
movie.
if that was it.
I don't know if that was the name of the movie, but he was going after the Sons of Katie Elder.
There you go. Okay.
That's the name of the movie.
Okay.
Sons of Katie Elder.
Dean Martin was in that?
Yeah, I think Dean Martin was one of his sons. So yeah,
Really?
I'm gonna Google really fast.
Mine is Sons of Iwo Jima, where he played Sergeant Stryker. And if you haven't seen it, watch it to the end. Bobby the Searchers is right up there. And I was also thinking about who shot Liberty Valance.
Dean Martin,
Okay, good.
Henry Hathaway, John Wayne, Dean Martin.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I really know John Wayne for is like he almost really wanted to punch that the Native American that accepted Marlon Brando's award.
It's actually in Littlefeller.
Yep.
He was in True Grit too, the original True Grit. Don't forget.
Yeah.
And
Dennis Hopper was in that movie too.
Really?
He was one of the bad guys in it.
well, he does a good bad guy. And my favorite Will Ferrell movie is Eurovision, the story of the Song of Fire and Ice.
Yeah, I see.
I really like that one a whole lot.
My favorite. I really dislike some Will Ferrell movies, and
That's why I went with Eurovision.
I really like some Will Ferrell movies, and I think he's not always the best in the lead. I think his secondary characters are better. What was the college one that he did?
Old School.
Old School. Yeah. So old school might be Talladega Nights. I think I know every line too. I've seen it a lot, but yeah, I think Old School is probably my favorite as far as the Will Ferrell side of it. All right. Speaking of comedians,
there you go.
Today is the day Robin Williams lost his life.
What a loss.
You know, and the depression and mental illness is a real thing for everyone, even those with, you would think, have everything they want in the world. But I wanted to say, as far as comedians go, this guy to me was, he's on my Mount Rushmore.
Brilliant.
Of comedians.
Yep.
So what Robin Williams' work of art, you know, because I don't want to limit it to just movies with him.
Anytime he was on the Johnny Carson show or the Fisher King.
Okay. So have you ever seen him on Graham Norton?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing.
Anytime he's interviewed live, it's like, buckle up because you have no idea where he's going.
What is your favorite movie by Blake? How much do you know about Robin Williams? He's a little before your time too?
He's a little bit before my time, but I definitely still seen like a lot more of his films than John Wayne. So I definitely know.
Yeah, I figured that's why I gave you Will Ferrell. I figured you'd be more up on Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
How long has he been dead?
11 years.
Yeah.
11 years.
Too long.
So
it's sad. I definitely will say like favorite film from him is the what was it, the Dead Poet Society.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Excellent movie. So what about you? What
The Fisher King.
The Fisher King. Oh, okay.
That's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Jeff Bridges.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy People.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah. Dead Poet Society's great.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting is amazing.
Good Morning Vietnam.
That was amazing. And yeah, just blew his ears out. But I gotta go with Patch Adams.
Okay.
So and there was a movie about people in comas, and I can't think of the name of it, where they kind of just shook themselves. Awaken. That's it.
There might have been Awakening, but I think it's Awaken.
I think that was one of his first serious roles
right.
that he played, and I think he crushed that.
Well, that's it. He's like Woody Harrelson. He's like Bill Murray. All of a sudden these guys do great dramatic roles, and you don't expect it. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty fascinating.
And plus, we always know him like a lot of like the kids like watching on Disney Plus. They know him as Aladdin. So
right,
yeah.
Hey,
it's
or the voice
genie.
of Happy Feet. He's two voices in Happy Feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you can go to the Pirate and Treasure Museum here on Sponsor Row in St. Augustine and see the display about the movie Hook.
Yeah,
he was
Hook.
Captain Hook.
He was Captain Hook.
Yep. So there you go.
All right.
That's right, Bobby. Exactly what I was talking about. Jonathan Winters and Robin Williams on the Tonight Show.
Yeah, amazing.
The two of them.
And Jonathan Winters joined him late on Mork and Mindy.
Correct.
And those were some classics also. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around with us this Monday. We'll be back tomorrow right at the same bat time at 5 o'clock.
Same bat channel.
Yes, and we're going to be talking more fun stuff.
Yes, we will.
Lots of fun stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we have County Administrator Joy Andrews in with us on the Stoidum.
Okay.
So it's always a good interview with her.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.